What's good? Today I'm talking to you guys not just about how to put your art on clothing, but why you should be doing it. Let's go. There's a school of thought with clothing that is, if you put your art on clothing, your art loses value. I think that's BS. As an artist, you should have multiple packages for your art. I put my art on clothing and I sell my clothing for about $30 per shirt. But I also have my skateboards, which are worth a couple $100s, anywhere between $300 to $600 depending on the complexity of the work. So that's my next package up. Then I have murals that are worth thousands of dollars. As an artist, you want to think like a business owner. The best way to approach this is to have a specific design for your clothing, specific design for your other work. This is good business sense because you're able to have multiple consumers at multiple levels, right? So the everyday consumer is willing to spend $30 on a shirt. The average consumer is not going to walk into your shop or go to a street fair or go on your Instagram, see something for $600 and be ready to purchase it. So another testament to this is Daniel Arsham and Shepard Fairey. Shepard Fairey and Daniel Arsham's work are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars because now they're ultra famous. Shepard Fairey got there through Obey, his clothing company, which is huge now and all over streetwear brand. Daniel Arsham has partnered with Pokemon to make shirts in the past. So these two artists are a straight testament to what you can do with your art on clothing. I think there's really three main reasons you should put your art on clothing. The first one being a marketing strategy. When your art is on clothing, then more people see your art. If someone else sees their friend wearing your shirt and they really like the shirt that you designed, they're going to ask that person, hey, where'd you get that shirt? At that point, the person is going to respond, oh, I got it from this artist that I really like. You should check out their Instagram. This is where word of mouth marketing becomes super strong. The second reason why clothing is so powerful is that eventually it can become very passive. If you do it the way I'm going to show you at the beginning, you're already able to make the shirts passive, meaning you design it once and then you can sell it multiple times without doing a lot of work. You don't have to do work to make the income anymore because you've already designed the shirt. This is where the concept of drop shipping comes in.
Drop shipping.
Drop shipping basically means someone else prints the shirt for you and they do the shipping. So all you need to do as an artist is just design, put the art on the clothing, and then drive the traffic to your page. So if you're on Instagram or if you're on TikTok or you're here on YouTube, you need to just get people to see your stuff, and then once they buy it, the other person handles all the shipping and all the printing. And trust me, I've been doing this for about a year now, and shipping stuff out all the time gets really boring. Reason number three is that you can actually make money as an artist. When you start making money by selling, say, 3 or 4 shirts, you can use that money to do other things. You can use that money to buy more materials for your art rather than using your own personal money. And in business, we call this operating capital. So operating capital means as the money comes in, you can use that money for operations. My favorite dropshippers to use are Printful. Their platform is very easy to navigate and super user-friendly. And I also like that there's no hidden fees that they're going to be charging you like Redbubble does. There's basically 4 things you're going to need before you put your art on clothing. The first one is pretty straightforward. The design. This is the one I'm going to be using today. I was thinking about doing it on a mural, but I think it'll be good on a shirt, and maybe in the future if I decide to do a mural of it somewhere, then I'll make that happen. The second thing you're going to need is some sort of software to help you make the background of your art transparent. I think Photoshop is the best for doing it. I also know it's industry standard for any sort of digital art, so I'm going to recommend that you use Photoshop. If you're a student, I believe you get Photoshop for free. I pay, I think, $20 a month. If I sell one shirt, that pays for itself. Now, the third thing you're going to need is someone to print your work for you. I use Printful because I think it's very straightforward, but I also have a screen printer and someone who helps me with dye sublimation. I'll dive into those topics in a separate video. The fourth thing that you're going to need, which is kind of optional, is a website. You're going to need some sort of selling platform in order to push your clothing. If you're using Printful, you do need your own website. Your own website will cost you anywhere between $200 to $300. I know some people will just go through DMs on Instagram, but I highly recommend having your own website, especially if you want to take art seriously. You need to have a website not just for your portfolio, but for your shop. Let's do some math here, okay? Just bear with me here. If you sell a shirt for $30, but it costs you $15 for the shirt and for someone to print the design on it, then you make a $15 profit, right? So you have $30 minus 15, which is your cost, and then you have $15 extra in your pocket. So if your website costs $300, if you take $300 and divide it by your profit per shirt at $15, that means you need to sell 20 shirts in order to recoup the investment that you made into your website. Any sale there forward is just extra money in your pocket. Now I know the numbers can be a little bit dry as an artist, especially if you're not really interested in the business side, but it's really important that you look at art as a business, because from there you can just create more and more things and leave a bigger and more long-lasting impact on the world with your art. If you take it seriously and you really track the numbers in your business, then you're able to do a lot more things. So just as a recap, you're going to need your design, Photoshop or any other software that can make your background transparent, a website, and Printful for the next part. So now I'm going to take my design straight in the computer and show you guys how it's done. Let's go. So you guys are going to want a high quality image of your drawing or your design. You can also just make your design in Photoshop if you'd like, or you can make it online in whatever software you decide to use for your art. Because I drew this, I took a high quality photo of it. You can also scan it, and I imported it to my computer, and now I'm going to make the background transparent in Photoshop. I would also encourage you to talk to your printer or go on Printful's site and figure out what size of print you would like and what size of print that your printers permits. All right guys, so the settings that you have in Photoshop are going to be really important for your design. Probably the most important being your resolution here, but also your size. I would say size and resolution are going to be the most important thing. You can go by pixels or by inches. I'm going to go by inches. A lot of my designs on my shirt usually aren't super big. I'm going to go 10 inches by 10 inches here, so we're just going to do a square. And resolution, so pixels per inch. This is called your DPI. Your printers are going to ask that you have a certain DPI for your photos. DPI means dots per inch, which really just means pixels per inch. So your resolution, typically you're going to want it to be 300. That's going to be a requirement that it's 300. Sometimes I go to a higher resolution just in case, and to make sure that my quality is spot on, just in case I end up using the design for something else where I really need to blow up the design. I'll leave it at 500, that's fine. Keep in mind, the higher your resolution, the more memory it's going to take up. Okay guys, so for the sake of time, I'm not gonna go over every single step on how to make the background of an image transparent, because there's a lot of different ways that you can go about doing this. I can make a separate video detailing how I make my images transparent. If you guys are interested in something like that, then let me know in the comments. If not, there's a lot of different videos online for how to make an image transparent. You can even outsource it to someone if you want to just log into Fiverr and say, hey, can you make my background transparent? People will literally do a transparent background for you for a couple bucks, like $1 to $5, depending on who you can find. But anyways, I'm gonna speed this portion up and just show you guys the image without its background and how I would get it on clothing. So make sure you guys sign up for a Printful account, and make sure that when you're doing the cleaning in Photoshop of your image, that all your lines are really clean. That way, when you print on clothing, it looks really crisp. So I'm in my Printful account here. I'm not going to show you how to sign up for a Printful account. It's really just as simple as putting in your information and then linking your Printful to your website, which isn't very hard. It's pretty straightforward. If not, there's plenty of tutorials on Printful of how to go about doing everything, but it's really straightforward. So I'm here in my Templates tab. You're going to see that over here on the left-hand side. That's right now. These are products that I've kind of experimented with. Some of these I'm actually selling. These joggers down here sell really well, along with
this sweatshirt and this beanie. These actually all sell pretty well on my store. I'm going to go here to new template. Here you're going to see all the products that you have to select from. They have all sorts of things from beanies to hats to pillows to shirts to pants. I'm going to put this on a woman's crop top. So I'm going to go to women's clothing here, click on crop tops. I am to choose. So I do like that this crop top is made in the US, but because it's on clearance, means that probably after they sell out, they're not going to restock. That's usually what clearance means. So I am not going to invest in this shirt because if I sell 50 units and still have more demand, they might not be able to fulfill the same shirt, and I want my products to be consistent. So I'm going to choose this Bella Canvas tee here. Bella Canvas is a great company. Shirts are super soft. I've used a lot of Bella Canvas shirts and with a lot of my designs in the past. So here we're looking at the product itself. You can choose to print on the front, the back. You can do an outside label or an inside label. It does cost more money for the more things you add on, okay? I'm going to go to design, choose your file. I already imported it. If you haven't imported your design, you're just going to go here to upload, and then you're going to select the file from your computer and it'll pop up right here. So I'm going to click choose. My product is on the shirt now. So you can see the print quality here is good. It's 500 DPI. So this is where it gets important. The larger the image is, the lower the DPI is going to go. So that's why I recommend putting your DPI really high so that it prints really well on the shirt. So I'm going to make this design a little bit, maybe a little bit smaller actually. I kind of like simplicity in my designs that aren't super big. I'm gonna put it right there. Okay, so sometimes when you're editing, your design will disappear, but it'll come back up at the end once you start moving your steps. I know that's the size that I want. I'm gonna go here to outside label. I like having my labels on the outside so people can see it, just in case someone's walking by. I have my logo here and my name. So there we are. Outside label, there's my logo. As you can see, it costs $2.49 more to add it to the shirt. So you're gonna see here, this is the price that you're gonna pay for the shirt. So if someone orders the shirt for $25 and then you have to order the shirt after they place the order. So say they order a shirt for $25, you're gonna pay $18.44, and then you're gonna keep the $6.56 difference. Is that right? $6.56. Yeah, $6.56 difference, and that is gonna be your profit margin on the shirt. So here we go. I'm going to label this as pixelated tiers crop tee, and I'm going to add my sizes here. I'm going to go extra small / small and medium and large. I'm going to go to save product template, and there we go. I have a product. So now to add this to my actual store, I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to add to store, proceed to mockup. So this is where you're going to choose mockup images for your shirt, what it's going to look like on your website basically. They have some with models, they have some with just flat mockups, they have some with people actually wearing your shirt. So for me personally, I just like to use flat mockups, and then I have samples shipped to me, and I will either do a photo shoot. And I just did a photo shoot a couple of days ago where, because right now of COVID-19, I had just used myself as the model. I just had my brother shoot me in a couple shirts, so I just posed as the model. But if you see some other designs on my site, I have models wear my shirt, and then I use those to promote. But these are good for now. You can go here to choose additional styles. So say I want to maybe this one too. So I have a regular one with a white background, and then I have one with shoes and sunglasses and whatnot. Go to proceed to details. This is where you can put all of your descriptions and the name. So I have the pixelated crop tee, and for all my designs, I so I keep this consistent so people know what it's made of, but I usually have my own description. So now I'm going to go to proceed to pricing. And this is really where you decide to set your price. So Printful price is $18.44. Retail price is really your choosing. You're going to want to base your price based on your demand. I think $30 is a fair price for a shirt. So I usually price my shirts they're pretty much across the board $30. And I don't charge my right now I'm not charging anyone for shipping because of the quarantine situation. So I have to actually factor in shipping into my price as well, which is usually an extra $3 to $5, just depending. So I like to keep that in mind when I'm setting my profit margins too. And I just hit submit to store. And it says here, adding new product to store. And usually it's pretty quick. So I'm going to go here to disorganizeddepictions.com, which is my website. Shop now. And there it is. I'm going to click here. Make sure everything looks good. Pixelated crop tee. Got 2 pictures of it. A 90s take on my best-selling Happy Tears design, flashback to the 80s and 90s. The pixelated crop tee is helping fundraise for the Orangewood Foundation, which is the local foster youth nonprofit. Looks good. And that is how you get a product from Printful to your website.
So let me know if you guys found this content useful, and if you guys have any topics that you guys want me to cover in future videos. I will be covering a lot on art business strategy in general as to how to get your art in front of more people, how to get more people to buy your art, and how to become a full-time artist. See you guys next video.